Josh, you mentioned Jasmine Crockett there. Well, she's revealed her own take on law enforcement. Listen to this.
I want to be clear that, like, law enforcement isn't to prevent crime. Law enforcement solves crime, okay? That is what they're supposed to do. They are supposed to solve crimes, not necessarily prevent them from happening per se.
Josh, can I get your reaction?
So first of all, where is Jasmine Crockett doing this interview from? I mean, I see kind of like a whole closet of shoes. I mean, is she doing this from her closet? Is she doing it from a department store like a Bloomingdale's or something like that? I mean, very strange choice where a sitting U.S. Congresswoman should be doing interviews. That's my very first very superficial comment. The second more important point on the substance is I mean, what is she talking about? I mean, law enforcement has multiple responsibilities. Yes, we have people to solve crimes. Those are detectives. I mean, Sherlock Holmes and kind of the classic, Anglo-American Western style fictional imagination there. But police absolutely deter crimes through, among other things, their mere physical presence. There have been countless studies, I should say, countless studies over and over and over again throughout the years from criminologists, people who study crime that show over and over again that the mere fact that you have police cars visible, police walking the streets, police in broad daylight there, that has a tangible, statistically significant, demonstrably repeated over and over again effect in actually reducing crime. So I have no idea what he's talking about. I mean, I hate to just be this blunt, but I guess I will just be this blunt. She's a freaking moron. I mean, Jasmine Crockett is a genuinely low IQ figure. And if Democrats want to cast their lot with people like that for 2028, 2032 and beyond, then good riddance, I guess. Good luck there, because frankly, one party will benefit from that. It's not the Democrats.
Yeah, good luck to them. Look, let's quickly turn to the Middle East. Trump has issued his last warning to Hamas. He wrote, "Everyone wants the hostages home. Everyone wants this war to end. The Israelis have accepted my terms. It is time for Hamas to accept as well. I have warned Hamas about the consequences of not accepting. This is my last warning. There will not be another one. Thank you for your attention to this matter." Josh, will this work?
Well, so there have been conflicting reports on this. So Trump is saying that Israel has agreed to this latest Steve Witkoff proposed hostage ceasefire deal, the details of which have not been made public yet. But Israeli media is reporting that Netanyahu has not quite formally accepted it yet. So there's actually some mixed information there. I think more relevant and more to the point, Gabrielle. I mean, how many times have we seen this story play out over the past year and a half, 2 years since October 7th? Hard to believe it's been almost 2 years, frankly, since that most terrible of days. But I mean, how many times have we seen Hamas say that they're ready to come negotiate there, and then they kind of superficially agree to some floated proposal from Israel, the United States, maybe Qatar, maybe Egypt. And then, what Hamas does is that they change the goalposts over and over and over again throughout these negotiations there. Hamas will never, never, ever be satisfied with anything other than Hamas remaining in power in Gaza. That is completely irreconcilable with Israel's stipulated goal that Hamas cannot be in power in Gaza there. So, you have two things that simply cannot coexist with one another. That's the challenge of any of these negotiations there. And I wish Donald Trump and Steve Witkoff the best of luck there. Ultimately, Gabrielle, the responsibility really does fall on Netanyahu and the Israelis to actually finish this job ASAP. It's been a very long time now. Unfortunately, Donald Trump's been basically yelling to the Israelis, say, "You have my support. Do this thing. Go in hard. Go in quick. Go in fast. Finish it. Finish it. Finish it." I think it's incumbent now upon Prime Minister Netanyahu to actually take that advice.
Finally, here in Sydney, pro-Palestine protesters gathered on our world-famous Bondi Beach over the weekend, waving Palestinian flags, making anti-Semitic chants. And they held this in an area of Sydney with a very large Jewish population, clearly designed to intimidate. And the following day, another anti-Israel activist waved the Palestinian flag on horseback on the same beach here at Bondi. Look at this.
This is not normal.
I mean, Josh, it's just insane. And this comes, of course, after the Sydney Harbour Bridge protest, which was absolutely shameful. We've got summer just around the corner. This just cannot continue.
I mean, first of all, that's just really weird behavior, right? I mean, getting a horseback on a beach and flying any flag. I mean, let alone the PLO terrorist flag there. But look, I think the number one thing, for Americans, Australians, Europeans, and for everyone to bear in mind here is, tell me what the actual national interest is for Australia, for the United States, for any country in a new Palestinian state. I mean, hold aside the moral consideration. Hold aside that just for a second there. Hold aside that it indeed would be a grossly, grossly immoral act to reward the very same people who just perpetrated this absolute butchery, this absolute Nazi-esque pogrom. It would send a completely horrific, morally inverse and perverse message there. Hold that aside for a second there. What is the actual professed national interest for Australia, the US, or any country in a brand new terror state in the heart of the Middle East? A brand new Iranian satrapy, a terror overrun enclave there? There is none. There is no national interest that I can point to there. Rather, the Western interest, whether it's the American, Australian, and European interest, the Western interest is served by an emboldened and buttressed Israel that's able to make alliances with the non-Islamist Arab nations like the Abraham Accords, the UAE, Bahrain, Morocco, and so forth there. And then that coalition in turn can patrol and secure the region and deter radical Islamism. That is the Western interest. There is no Western interest served by a new Palestinian state whatsoever.
Josh Hammer, Senior Editor at Large at Newsweek, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you.